Hello, welcome to Seed Yoga Therapy's YouTube channel. Glad you're here. I recently did a video on how to work with the colder and darker months of the year. And one of the things I shared was about finding pleasurable movement in the body. And so today that's going to be the focus of our practice. And I'm going to share more intuitive kind of movements. So, because of course, what I might find pleasurable today might be the antithesis of what you find pleasurable. So, I might want to roll around and be kind of slow and still, and you might have a lot of energy and you might want to move really fast, or maybe the opposite. Maybe I'm moving more quickly and that feels way too fast for what feels pleasurable to you. So I'm going to give you some cues and some guidance, but also I want you to tune in to what actually feels pleasant, or if pleasant feels like kind of a reach, what feels neutral. So rather than going into the kind of mindset of no pain, no gain, we're going to move towards the mindset of no pain, no pain, or no pain, move towards pleasure instead. So this will be a pleasure practice. So I'm going to start lying down. And even as I say that, I'm going to start lying down. You might notice in your system like, oh, that feels hard because I've got a lot of energy right now. So you might stay sitting. You might actually stand up. Or if I said, oh, we're going to start lying down, you might send a sense of relief and, oh, thank God, I'm just going to be able to lie down now. So even tuning into the cues that I give and what that ignites in you, whether it ignites a yes or a no or a I'm not sure, let that guide where your body does or doesn't go with this practice. So yeah, you can still see me. So as you're lying down, if you're lying down, so if you're sitting, stay sitting. If you want to stand, stand up. Just take a moment to pause and bring your awareness to your feet. And as you bring your awareness to your feet, start to move them in any way. So it might be kind of fast and jittery, or it might be completely still and just having a sense that your feet are on the floor. Or it might be some gentle movements. It also could be different from side to side. So my right foot might want to do something really different than my left foot. And of course, your legs will be involved in this as well. So just let them sort of go for a ride and experience what your feet want to experience. So you might want to rub your feet because they might feel sore. Or you might just want to explore your feet with touch. My toes are a little bit cold, so just bringing my hands to my toes feels kind of nice and pleasurable. So let yourself explore your feet and how they want to move. Now, if you have no idea, I don't know how my feet want to move, that is a fine place to be. Be in that place of inquiry and uncertainty. And you can pause there. And when there's an impulse of like, oh, maybe my foot wants to go up and point and do some ankle circles, follow that impulse. And if there's no impulse, you can stay in the stillness and the conversation with the body. And if talking to your body is something that's new, it can take a while for the body to respond in a way that says, oh, I like this, or I don't like this. There's so many reasons that it's safe to avoid the body or disconnect from it. So reconnecting and re-engaging with the body can feel hard and challenging. It can also feel incredibly rewarding and supportive. So now from your feet, move your attention to your legs. And as you bring your attention to your legs, just start to move them again. Fast, slow, gentle, vigorous. And as you let your legs move, notice what feels lovely. Notice what feels painful and move away from that. So if you're already feeling discomfort or pain in the body, see if you can find a place where you're not aggravating or adding to that pain. And a lot of times in yoga, we balance our sides. So if one side is doing one thing, then we'll make sure we do that on the other side. So this is a completely different kind of practice of just doing what feels pleasant or neutral to the body. Also, if this is a new practice for you, you can try something. So you can try what I'm doing and go, oh yeah, that feels good to my body. Or like, no, that doesn't feel good at all. It hurts. So try those things. And your body may have some opinions about things, what it likes, what it doesn't like. And as we start to tune in and listen, we can honor the experiences of the body. So now moving up to the hips. And I'm just going to pause and bring awareness to my hips, my pelvis, where my legs meet my hips, where my back meets my hips, and see if there's anything in particular that area is calling for, or that would feel pleasant to it. And this is where I'm going to come up to a seat and come into some stretches here. And as I move into the hips, I'm also moving into the back. So you might notice that, of course, they're connected. Your back's in your back and your hips. So you might find that as you move your hips, your back might have something to say, some way that it wants to move. So another way to think about this is also, how can you let the back and the hips move you rather than I'm moving the back and the hips? So again, a lot of times in movement-based practices, I'm doing something. I'm moving the arms. I'm going into this particular shape. Versus in this practice, I'm encouraging the body to guide rather than the brain to guide the body. So see if it feels okay, you can close your eyes and just ignore what I'm doing and let your back guide you. How does it want to move? And then let that come up into the hands, the arms, the shoulders, letting all the limbs start to move. And maybe they want to stretch, or maybe they want to feel strong. And so see if you can follow that guidance. My earbuds want to come in and out. You might come onto hands and knees and do something with your back or your arms here. As you're moving, you might find you want to pick up the pace on something, or you want to go a little slower and pause. If you again notice that the head is driving the movement more than the body, just pause. Tune back in. This can be quite a challenging practice, and it also can be quite nourishing and sweet. And now bring attention to your neck, your head. And wait for that impulse of how does that part of your body want to move? Gentle, big, small, fast. And then eventually you'll come back to some position of pausing. You might be on your back, you might still be standing, you might be lying down. Any of that's fine. You can allow your eyes to be open or closed. And we went through this very brief kind of body scan of allowing the body to move how it wants to move. See if there's any last movement, expression that could be through movement, that could be through words or sound that wants to be expressed. It could also be through art or journaling or, infinite other ways of expression. And then whatever it is that you discovered, whether it was hard to listen or your body was really clear about what it wanted, what you're feeling afterwards, whether you feel confused or rejuvenated or embodied or frustrated, leave a note in the comments. I'd love to hear. Leave your questions. And as we continue this journey of getting to know our bodies and our nervous systems and listening to them, may we continue to honor what they're telling us, and maybe continue to learn to listen to the brilliance of the body and the nervous system. So thanks for watching.